Hi, I'm Stephanie Larkin, owner of Red Penguin Books Publishing Company. Many times authors send a manuscript to Red Penguin Books already completed, but many times I get to be in on the ground floor of writing a book, and that's one of my favorite things to do. It's so important to set your book goals and to think about all of the things that you want your book to accomplish before you get started. One tool that I use with my authors is using the 5 W's. And together we think of the who, what, where, when, and why of writing a book. Today we're going to talk about what you are going to write about in your book. Now, you may think that that's pretty obvious because most people don't set out to write a book without knowing what they are going to write about. But writing a book is a funny thing. It often takes twists and turns that are completely unexpected. I'm convinced that when J.K. Rowling set out to write that first Harry Potter book, even she had no idea exactly how it was going to end. She probably had a general outline, but 6 books later, who knew where these characters were going to go? But even in a non-fiction book, things take place during the writing process that change us. And even our subject matter can change when we're dealing with nonfiction. But the first thing to think about with what you are going to write about, I always like to use a whiteboard or a vision board where you would write your subject matter in the middle and start to branch out and just stream of consciousness, write down different topic areas around your subject. Once you've written some branch areas, others will branch out. Some things will come easier to you as you're branching, and others more difficult. Do this as quickly as possible without thinking. By quickly, I don't mean within 5 minutes. You might be working at this for an hour or so. But try not to think too much. We often let rationale and logic get in the way. When it's all done, leave your vision board there. Come back in a few hours or even tomorrow and look at it again. You might not like some of the things you wrote, but most especially, you might find that certain areas have lots of information and other areas you are kind of straining yourself to fill it in. You might have decided early on that your book was going to have 4 main topics, but really this topic number 3 you really filled in the blanks already. Well, that's kind of telling you something. Maybe your book is not about what you thought it was going to be on. Maybe it's really on topic number 3. Or many people discover that they have 2 books in them, that there's actually a division in what you're writing. Don't try to cram everything into one book. If there's anything addicting in this world, it's writing books. Trust me, you'll write one and you'll want to write another. Thanks for joining me, and learn more at redpenguinbooks.com.